Hey, kia ora. Welcome to GJ's hottest tips for the day for the next 24 hours on the currency market. I'm only going to take 3 of them because I know your time is precious, your time's important, and I don't want to waste it. So let's get right into it. Housekeeping first. This video, you need to realize before you go any further, does not give financial advice in any way, shape or form. This video is sharing my own personal points of views and how I see the market. You got it? Good. So by watching this video, you agree not to hold me responsible for any of the content that is shared, and you take full responsibility for any decisions that you might make from what you hear in this video. With that said, happy punting. Now let's get right down to the core. We'll explain this dollar index in a minute. There are several potential setups for the next 24 hours, but my top picks are the Euro USD, Aussie USD and New Zealand CAD. Now with that being said, before we go any further, I want to have a look at the dollar index, and I'm looking at a weekly chart. Fat lot of use, you say. No, it's not. It gives me a broad picture. We are in a strong downtrend. We broke this key level and we've come up, and over the last 4 weeks we've managed to stay back up above it. Now this week we've been moving down, and it's looking like it could have a possibility of testing this area again. If that is the case, then we would hope that this level would change and hold and turn around, so that the 50% of the guys that reckon, the experts, that reckon the dollar is going to strengthen, might have a chance of being proved right. If we get a break of this area, then and a close, we're going to be looking at more weakness, technically. So here's the deal. Fundamentals and technicals are really struggling to line up now. And here's the bottom line. You can analyze a chart, you can have an opinion about a chart, but it doesn't make it so until the market proves you right. If you just learn that one lesson from today's video, you'll be surprised how much money you'll save, and you'll stop losing, and you'll start to build your account if you practice discipline, and powerful discipline. Money management is what I mean, and stick to one strategy, and just instead of jumping from boat to boat because it's not working. The only reason it's not working is because you haven't figured it out, because most of the strategies out there, all of them work in some of the market environments. So let's get right into it. Explanation: strong downtrend. Look at this week, it's been moving down. Because of that, I have been trading these pairs up, particularly anything to do with the Aussie and the New Zealand, not the other Euro crosses, just the Euro USD. I've been watching closely. I haven't been trading that up, but I have been small time scalping bits and pieces, with the fact that any move up on these pairs here, including the other Aussie crosses, the New Zealand crosses in particular, I have been scalping them north. Why? Because this thing's coming down south. Now let's go to the Aussie USD first. Ooh, there you go. Now I am not a pattern man. When I say that, let me explain. I know that patterns happen. And regardless of what your fundamental view is, the fact is we're in a strong uptrend, looking at the bigger picture. The fact is that there is a head and shoulders, or a crown, that is formed on the weekly. Fact is that the neckline was broken several weeks ago, but it didn't really get going. It pulled back, as it does 50% of the time, or however often you view to determine how many times it does. It doesn't matter what your statistics are. Here's the facts. So, where to from here? Well, I always go to the weekly to have a big overview doodah, and get rid of that because they've all come and gone. Now, everything I do is based around the daily. I want to know what's happening. So let's get it straightened out. I mean, you're a mug if you rely solely on patterns as a way to get into trades. Here was the entry. This trade is finished. Came back on me and stopped me out after having knocked my profits. Now we're looking at a potential setup today. Why? Here, it's simple. You don't need indicators, but you use indicators if you like. I don't care. But if they're not working for you and you can find things to do a better job, and there are some indicators out there that do a great job, and to actually get in and be in the winner's circle, you need to be mechanical about your approach, but you also need to understand price action and fundamentals as well. So here we go. We have had this bullish candle yesterday, continuing what I believe to be is a little bit of an uptrend until we get to this level here. Then once we get to this level here, the next barrier is to break and close above here if we're going any higher. But we can continue to trade the break of this trend line and move on up. So there's your first one. What I would do today if you're not in this trade, you can do, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but what I'm done is I've placed a pending order there. But I've also gone down to a smaller time frame and had a look, at the 15-minute chart. Why? Because I want to get in early. I use a strength indicator. And I just want to have a check to see what's happening. No trade. Because if I'm going to get early on this trade, I would have to, on the 15-minute chart, take this out. Okay. New Zealand CAD, very quick. Let's go and have a look at the daily, because everything I do centers around daily, support and resistance stuff. Wow, look at this. Here we go. It's been hovering around in this area here. I'm not a very good drawer, but I'll try, okay? And it's somewhere in there is the support, where that green line is. You can see it there, see? Piece of cake, eh? It's a cakewalk. And there we have it. You should be able to see it. Anyway, it hasn't been able to get and make its mind up. So let's do something here. Let's just quickly remove these and we'll just go price action. Okay. Tough if it's not good enough for you, but look here. Here it goes. I would say in there is a key area where price is reacting. I'm seeing the day candle today. And it looks like it is going to bottom out. There is no question in my mind that this is an uptrend. Look at it. Can't deny that. It hasn't been broken yet. Alright. So we got up here, came down, and it couldn't break this. So here is another little area in here. Today's opening candle after the daily candle change. It's poked its head up there, and when I came and looked at the charts, it had already done that and pulled back. What am I looking at? I'm not looking at getting in too early on this one because I want to see this candle top broken. And then it'll only be a scalp, and then the next target is going to be a close above this area here. I want to close. And hopefully, with profits locked in here, I'm able to hang on to the trade, and then I'll be looking to put another pending order in there. Simple stuff. Euro USD. Lovely trade. Let's get rid of the drawing tools. Let's go through the process and then we're done. 10 minutes, that's not bad. Surely you can spend 10 minutes to actually learn something decent which could give you the keys to unlock the success that you have been trying to achieve as a trader. Uptrend, boom, probably the pullback. You Fibonacci lovers, that'll be some sort of a pullback. I don't play around with Fibonacci's. For me, it's just it's an absolute crock and a con, and it works sometimes, other times it doesn't. So here we are, support and resistance, and just like you, I'm entitled to my opinion. It's not about rights and wrongs, so you know, don't hate me for it and don't like me for it. So here we go. We've had this massive move up. We've had a pullback. It looks like we've bottomed out here. There's a good sign right in here. Daily candle bar. Changes direction, starts to move up, breaks trend line. I'm already in this. Doo-doo. Now I'm looking to add. And if we get a break of this today, my pending order is right there. If you're not in this trade, you might want to have a consideration about doing this. Well, that's it. I don't want to take too long, but here's the deal. Have a look at the Aussie pairs. The Aussie setups are the same as the Aussie USD that I showed you. Don't worry about the Euro crosses. Euro USD is the only one that I can see that's worth considering in the Euro cross pairs. Forget the pound, at least at the moment. There's plenty of scalping opportunities at the Frankfurt and London candle openings, and if you're interested in learning more about how I trade, I make my living and I pay my bills and increase my investments out of the money I earn trading currency. I don't have to prove anything to you. I'm not a prop trader. I'm nowhere near it. I don't actually want to be a prop trader. I don't want the stress of trading somebody else's money. But you do that, and it's a great lark if you want. I'm not against that. It's just my personal opinion. But if you really want to change your losing ways and learn how to be successful, I won't teach you one method. I will give you the foundations and the basics that you can build on. Now, here's the first takeaway. You need a baseline. I'm giving it to you free. Think about a baseline. What is it? Well, if you like the channel and you think this is okay, and if you don't, give me a dislike. I'm just joking. I don't care whether you do or you don't. Subscribe to the channel and we'll give you another giveaway. And I'll show you what I mean by baseline with the next video I do. So I do morning reports. Every day the market is open just after daily candle change. If I can't, I will let you know in advance. Cheers. Happy pip hunting. I hope you're winning and not losing and staying trapped in the mindset that one day it'll change. Good luck with that. Cheers.